Welcome, everybody, to Funeral Nation 184. I'm Ryan Thogmorton. That is Jeff, the funeral commander Harbison. And it's coronavirus pandemonium out there.
It is, and in some respects, I don't think it's the wrong route that we're going.
Yeah.
Obviously, big news this week is that the ICCFA has canceled for down in San Antonio. If you haven't heard that, you're probably not on social media. However, NBA, NHL, baseball, picket, everything suspended. And in some respects, I believe that may be a good thing if we can shut this down and kind of, I'm not going to say regroup, but let's pay attention to it. This is the first time I probably would think, just thought of this, that some of the young folks out here, millennials, etc., have ever been through anything that's a bit of strife. Think about that. So, yeah, the hysteria, I think, is managed. For those of us who remember, it wasn't that long ago that we had H1N1.
Yeah.
Right? We had 60 million infected, 12,000, 13,000 deaths, and we survived it. And this too, we're at 1,400 people infected in the U.S. and 40-ish deaths. So we shall survive this too. So let's take a deep breath. If you hold it for 10 minutes, 10 seconds, you don't have coronavirus. So if you hold for 10 minutes, you're really something else.
That's right. Well, Jeff,
but anyway, go ahead.
What are you doing today? Where are you?
I am in Dallas, Texas, getting ready to catch a flight back to Paradise. I've been out all week in Louisiana with Jamie. We have had a great week. We trained several funeral homes and rooftops and directors how to eliminate their accounts receivables, increase their cash flow, and take that icky conversation about how to collect money out of the arrangement system. And it's been awesome. But this is Jamie's home state. Jamie actually has a personal story I'd love for us to share sometime, but it was just wonderful. And so I have to go home and get my cholesterol down and also my blood pressure, because I can tell you I've eaten some really good food, but it's time to get back to Paradise.
There you go.
I want to give a shout out to my Louisiana friends out here. Thank you all for great hospitality and for allowing us to help you turn that issue around from C&J Financial.
And just like we will survive coronavirus, you're helping funeral homes survive by getting paid.
That's it. It's funny. It's all the talk everywhere. I do want to give a shout out because here you go. There's only 3 states that don't have coronavirus as of this morning. So Chloe in West Virginia, way to go. Y'all keep that stuff out of there.
I saw a meme on Facebook yesterday that was a picture of the United States and all the states where there was coronavirus, and then it showed, and this is West Virginia, and it was like the Braveheart scene where they had their spears out ready to go.
That's right. A lot of times they're the brunt of some jokes, but it's not so funny now. They've got something going on good there.
That's right.
Well, Ryan, big news, coronavirus.
Yeah.
You and I have some big news, so why don't you spill what's going to happen here?
Yeah, so, ICCFA being canceled, I'm looking at this. One, it's terrible for ICCFA, right? Like, to make that decision, wouldn't want to have to be put in that position, but I think that knowing what will come out about it, that it was canceling was probably the best option out of all the bad options. There's 2 times a year as suppliers that we get the absolute most exposure in the profession, and we're kind of pigeonholed to being at ICCFA and having to be at NFDA, because if we're not there, then funeral homes that are there assume that something happened, something's wrong, so we've got to be at these places to get this exposure, and the exposure we get from ICCFA rides our sales into NFDA, and then the NFDA rides back into ICCFA, and it's this cycle. Without the ICCFA, the exposure is essentially lost in an in-person way. However, we've got the ability with technology to bring the conversation to the profession on our time, with our narrative, how we want. So we are launching the Funeral Unconference, It is not your traditional conference. It is an unconference. We've got a great group of companies lined up that will be presenting and will be having conversations. This is not a keynote thing. You're going to moderate. I'm going to be moderating conversations. And look, we'll announce shortly enough all of the companies that will be involved, but we're going to be talking about mindset, intentionality, goal setting, fitness in the funeral home, as well as financial burdens, embalming, legal. We've got it all covered. Marketing is in there, digital marketing, social media marketing, all of those important topics that funeral homes really need to hear. We've got packed into this in a super educational yet conversational way. It's not slide decks. It's not keynotes. You're not sitting through, 3 hours of keynote presentation. So the plan is in its infancy. It's coming together. But the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, March 30th, March 30th, 31st, April 1st, the 3 days that the expo would have been going on at ICCFA, we will take 3 hours out of the day and do a live stream and bring the conversation to the profession as a whole.
So that is just brilliant. So the show must go on.
Yes, sir.
And thanks to Disrupt Media, Connecting Directors, FN, it's going to happen. We're not going to stop the show.
Right.
And I think this is really awesome because, another factor for those who couldn't get to ICCFA, this is also open. We can do this across the ponds in Europe. We can do it also in other foreign countries. So this is really groundbreaking that we'll be able to, we're not replacing, but we'll be able to showcase the vendors, the folks that would have been there, and you can sit it right at your office or actually on your phone and make that happen. That's exciting.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note too, look, this isn't done in light of the cancellation at ICCFA. This is nothing financial. There is no money exchange whatsoever in this. This is 100% free for the companies involved, free for those that want to attend. It'll be 100% free registration, on demand, watch it live. However, look, this is just an opportunity to still have the conversation that we would have had directly in a booth setting, in a bar setting at the conference. That isn't going to happen. I think it's great for the profession. I think it's bad for the profession that ICCFA has to be canceled. I don't think that is a good thing, and I don't think that anybody would think that it's a good thing. It's not good for the association. It's not good for the profession as a whole. And so we're trying to make a positive out of something that's very negative and do what we have the ability to do with what's at our fingertips. And I'm really excited to be able to announce everybody that's involved. We're still finalizing it, but it's a big group of visionaries and big thinkers that really want to see this profession strive and do good. And I think that's what has me most excited.
Yeah, and these are people who would have been there anyhow and would have had conversations with you. So again, it's going to be important. We'll get, obviously, through social media, quite a bit of information out about this. But I'm excited, and I think this is a brilliant thing to do. That the funeral profession doesn't stop during anything, and so this is a testament here to us being a part of keeping the funeral profession rolling along. We're going to do what we got to do. So this is a great thing. And speaking of great things, we've got a new sponsor coming on with Plotbox and their folks. Unfortunately, part of that ban that's happened is people from Europe could not arrive here anyhow. And our friends over in Ireland, I know they have places here. So ICCFA, I think you made a really good decision. That was really smart, because just one person getting sick isn't worth the entire thing. So
that's absolutely right. And attendance probably would have been very low, and it would have been a negative scenario anyways. We all would have been complaining, and it just they were in a hard spot, and I wouldn't want to be that board and the decision makers. But I think they made the right choice, and we're going to make the best of it.
There we go. Well, Ryan, I've got to catch a flight back to Paradise. It's raining here. It'll be interesting to see if it's raining in Phoenix when I get back. But the sun shall shine again, y'all.
That's right.
So keep your heads up. This is something we can get through, and I guarantee you we'll come out on the other side a lot stronger.
You got it. All right, Commander. Safe travels, and I will see you next week. Well, that's your deal.
Yeah, that's mine. You're saluting now. What
Until
the heck?
next time, have a great effing week.
Out here.